Hello, welcome to the Night Shift podcast. Once again, back with episode 5, I believe. I hope.
I think
This
it's
is
four.
your host. Oh, episode 4.
I don't
this
know.
is fuck. Okay, this is Lucas, your host. Maybe, perhaps. Let other people introduce themselves.
Hello, this is Mike for short, and you can call me Michael Lee Torres for long.
This is the brother of Mike Lee Torres, by the way.
Hello.
Hello. I am Mally. I've been here almost every other time.
Okay, I've been here every time. Just kidding. Doesn't matter. All right, guys. So we technically have a topic today. So our topic is what happens after death. So obviously there's the religious view, right, where you go to heaven or you get reborn or like whatever. But I want to hear you guys' uh, I guess standpoints, viewpoints. I don't know, point of view on this issue, if you would say.
This controversy.
Anybody? This absolute controversy, bro. Anyone would like to say anything,
I
or
mean,
Well,
I can say something.
what to start with? There's always two schools of thought to everything, right? There's gonna be a serious answer, or there's an answer that what we wish it's going to be.
I mean, hopefully it's a serious answer, right? Like, truly, what do you believe in? Because I was just thinking about this the other day, and I was like, once I close my eyes, like, what would happen to my consciousness? You know?
who knows? Honestly, just having an existential crisis.
Yeah, I was like, shit, bro. I was born, and then I remember these stuff. But what happens when I die? Like, where does that all go? Like,
Hmm.
what happens? You know? It's like
So
also it goes. It's like the same thing as thinking like I am me and someone is somebody else. But like, what if I was some like? How do you explain this? You know how you are your own person, right? And you think you have your own thoughts, and then someone else is their own person and they have their own thoughts. But what
mhm.
if you were like a different person? This shit doesn't make sense. Yeah, never mind.
Mhm.
No, it's just like you have your own like consciousness, right? But what if you
Mhm.
like? It's always like, how do you know someone else's consciousness is the same? Is like perceived the same way?
And I
Like for
guess
example, if you look at a door and you see that door, and then someone else also sees that door, how do you know they see the door in the same way that you see that door?
It's like that one theory that people don't see the same colors the same way, right? Is that how
Yeah,
exactly.
you're saying it?
yeah, but like
Is
just
my red
imagine,
the same as your red?
yeah, just imagine that for like everything. Like, what if what you perceive is not the same thing as what other people perceive?
So basically,
So
if I
basically, just
can
the existential crisis, bro.
get back to your question,
Yeah,
uh, what do you want to know is what happens to your consciousness when you pass
yeah.
on.
Hmm.
Just goes into this big old archive in the sky.
Yeah, I'm just like, whoa.
We all get uploaded into the cloud in the sky, right?
Going back to episode 3, is this a conspiracy theory?
Perhaps.
But
No,
yeah,
but it's such like it's so. I wouldn't say scary, but I guess it is scary. Like you just disappear, and since I don't believe in hell or heaven or reincarnation,
what do you believe in though?
Science.
science. Well, I don't want to believe in heaven or hell because that just a little.
So
like
you don't want to believe.
fantasy.
Is
No,
that
I.
really what you feel about it?
What do you mean? Like I believe? Like I don't believe in it because I don't feel like that's reasonable.
No, like what you said earlier is you don't want to believe in it because you're scared.
No, 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 no. It's not that I'm scared of heaven or hell. It's just I don't believe in a heaven or a hell because it's like where is this place then? Like why is it that? Are you just saying like it's a spiritual thing? Like it's there but you can't see it? Or like I don't know how religions look at this thing, but
Mm-hmm.
I just if you want to look at it through a literal point of view, it's like why haven't we found this heaven place or hell place? Or is it like in another universe, another fucking galaxy or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How
So
about reincarnation? What is your opinion about it?
I think reincarnation is interesting, but I don't want to believe in it necessarily as well because it's like if you are reincarnated, right? But you lose all your memories, does that even matter anymore? Aren't you just a different person?
Exactly.
Like your consciousness doesn't stay, right?
Is
Because like
that
if
still you?
yeah,
Right?
like is that even does that even matter? If I'm reincarnated as let's say a baby in I don't know in freaking what's a weird country? Give me a weird country in
In,
Afghanistan.
The uh,
in
okay.
okay, I'm not saying
if I
Afghanistan is
was
weird.
born
I'm
in
just
the southern states of America,
yeah, yeah. Okay, look, if I was born there next in my next life, and I don't remember anything about this life, like, does it even matter? Like, it's not reincarnation anymore, right? Because you don't even know you were reincarnated. You were just born as a new blank slate. So, like,
Then it's not you anymore then, right? I
right?
don't
yeah,
really count that as being reincarnated, to be honest. I feel like it's if reincarnation, if what I know about it is correct, is you get rewarded or punished based
hmm
on. So it's very similar with the
yeah,
Catholic view of heaven or hell, but instead of
yeah,
being in a like ethereal metaphysical place, you come back to Earth, right? It's
yeah,
either you get to be born as an animal, I believe, or you get
hmm
to be born like someone with the higher standing. Like if I was a peasant and I was the best peasant there is in my
yeah,
next
Best
life,
peasant
like
ever was.
absolutely, like I grew the sickest rice or something. I get to be born as
thick as
a
rice.
absolutely. I get to be
The
born as a
most,
nobleman in my next life.
yeah. But like, then again, right? Even the reincarnation you're talking about, aren't you still oblivious to the fact that your past life? Or I mean, I guess there are some people who claim that they know their past life or whatever,
Hmm.
which is since it's unable to be proven for the
Hmm.
most part.
Hmm.
It's so crazy,
Hmm.
right? So I guess it's not great to like bash on these people, but
We're not bashing anyone, really.
oh yeah, we're not bashing, but I'm just saying they're often dismissed as being crazy,
Uh,
which they
what
could
I
be.
feel about it though, like let's say I am a nobleman in the ancient times. I can use it to justify my actions. That oh, I have been reborn as a nobleman. That means I make correct decisions. It means I'm a good person, even if
Well,
I do all these atrocities.
I mean that's not true though. That's just what is that? That's just making yourself feel better.
That's what I'm saying. Thanks for agreeing with me, though.
Yeah.
It's just you're using it to feel better about yourself. And let's say if I'm poor or I'm born into a lower social status, I'm gonna think, oh, it's because I'm being punished for what I did in my past life.
But if you like, yeah, I guess. I guess I can see where you're coming from, but like that still doesn't really answer my initial question of like your consciousness. I guess right. It's just you just disappear and you get reincarnated as a blank slate, or you go to heaven, you go to hell. Those are the options, right?
Well,
It's kind of sad,
to
right?
be honest, like what I believe in is just like it's over. Once
Hmm.
your neurons stop firing, you stop all thought.
Yeah, of course.
It's
You're gone.
very grim, but it's my motivation to
Hmm.
do 110% every day. It's
Hmm.
similar to like a hedonistic view, but instead of like self-destruction, you can use it to focus, like to be a better person every day.
It's still, I don't know, man. It's still like confusing, I would say. Like, I am alive right now. I know what's happening. I can see the things in front of me. But
Okay,
as soon as I die, like, honestly, what happens to that? I'm still just like so baffled. I'm like, does everything just shut off? Do you just like not realize you're like, I mean, I guess you wouldn't realize it, but
You wouldn't
it's
realize
like,
you're dead?
no, I was just, would you realize you're dead though? Like, would you honestly, like, if you, let's say you die a painless way, you just never wake up. Your brain is technically dead, right? Like, nothing is working anymore.
that's what happens. Like if
Would
you guys
you,
remember the show The Sopranos, they said that
mm,
if someone shot you, you won't even hear the shot.
mm-hmm,
It just that's one of the theories why the show ended like that. Why it just faded to black in the middle of a scene.
mm-hmm,
That's how they portrayed it. It's just all of a sudden everything's gone, all feeling, all thought, and
yeah,
it's
well,
very depressing to think about it that way.
mm-hmm. It's a hard concept to wrap your mind around, you know?
But then there's also like the theatrical version of how they display it. It's like you're in a wonderland for the rest of your days. Well, days with air quotes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then like this goes back to the idea of like heaven and hell and stuff like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
I personally have I've been watching Supernatural recently,
Mm-hmm.
trying to finish up the final season, and the way that they depict heaven is like it's like an office almost, if you can think about that. It's a white office with many doors, like, and each door has its own idealistic world for that one dead person, which is kind of like
Mm-hmm.
something that I believe in, where you after so going back to Huna's question, what happens to your dead self after you get reincarnated or whatever the hell? I believe that that soul, that all like that memory or memories that you've had creates your soul, then that specific soul gets sent to heaven, while you or God creates a new soul and you are reincarnated into that one.
I hope to be reincarnated in a fantasy world with
And
Okay.
big
an
anime
isekai.
titties. Isekai, please isekai me.
Please let me be reincarnated as a slime, please.
Yes. But as an OP slime.
OP slime. Yes.
Honestly, what if that's the reality, yo? Like, every time you die, you just go to a different universe, different like dimension
Y'all, let's
with
make an
with
anime.
with fantasies,
Which
bro.
anime would you like? So
The one that
now
Huna's currently
we're.
describing.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just no. I'm just saying, bro. Like, what if every single person who dies ends up as a isekai protagonist, bro? Oh my god, that's great. I want to die now.
No.
So we're now in our what I mentioned, the second school of thought is what you wish the afterlife would be.
Yeah, so the idyllic approach to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, less seriously would be the isekai shit,
Mm-hmm.
but more
Basically,
serious.
like if if ever I die, I want to be reincarnated in my Animal Crossing island.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes, sir.
You want to
Oh
be
my
with your
god.
girl.
No, I'm saying, bro, I want to be reincarnated in like a cool place, like
Mm.
Pokemon or something, like a Pokemon world, because it seems very
Oh,
chill. You know,
eh,
you can just
you're
capture Pokemon.
you're surrounded by tall grass and you don't have Pokemon.
Hey, bro, it doesn't seem to matter in the anime.
I know, right? But yeah, I got
and
some.
and you never age, bro. Like you can stay forever 10.
Mm.
Nobody Ash.
Nobody. Ash. Exactly.
Okay, I got a question here from someone, Lucas and Mali.
Hmm.
Like, Alistair is asking, how do you depict hell? Like, do you see
Alistair.
hell? Yeah, like in Dante's Inferno's vision.
Oh, so like this the what was it? The seven nine rings of hell.
Yes, seven rings. Yeah.
Uh, go first. I don't know anything about heaven or
I
hell.
I do kind of like after reading Dante's Inferno, I actually do
Mm-hmm.
and doing a lot of research on it because it really did interest me. I
Mm-hmm.
do think it's kind of like that where it's like, oh, can you check the mail, Leah? I already checked it. Hi, my mom popped in.
Hi,
Can you check
mom.
check the mail? Hi, Mama Mally.
I didn't know how to mute my mic quickly enough, so there you go.
David.
But
I love that.
don't mind me. I am a child, but
Indeed.
I do like imagine where it's kind of like the deeper you go into hell, the more haha hellish it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think that's how they describe it in Dante's Inferno, if I'm remembering correctly. It's like the deeper you go, the worse the sin that you committed was,
Mm-hmm.
and they like torture you for all eternity.
Damn.
So
I
it's
wonder
just
what my sin would be.
the thing with that Dante's Inferno's vision too. It's contrary to the whatchamacallit, the Roman Catholic view where it's fire and lava everywhere. That depiction of hell is anything but hot.
So Minecraft.
Exactly. It's like most of it is like getting thrown in a lake of blood, getting frozen, and then there were the ones who were like, I can't remember if this was in purgatory or in hell, but the people who had their eyes shut and they're forced to walk down like a cliff.
I think that was Purgatory.
It's been a while since I did literature, but
I also could be wrong. I watched a bunch of videos on it.
mhm.
I have no clue.
How about you, Lucas? Like, n-
I
not
mean,
not generally hell, but how do you think you are gonna be punished if you believe in that sort of
hmm.
thing?
Imagine.
So I don't really believe in heaven or hell.
Mm-hmm.
Just me personally. Not the most religious person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like you would be punished somehow, right? Even if it's not like literal punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't know. It, you have to be encouraged to be a good person. I hope. I mean, you don't have to be encouraged, but ideally, the bad people will be punished somehow, right? Like a murderer, whatever. But I don't know. Since I don't believe in even reincarnation or heaven or hell, like I kind of believe a pretty sad, you know, life after death, meaning no life at all, to be honest. But I mean, if your consciousness does, I guess, live on somehow, I guess it would be like more of a mental torment, if you know what I mean. So just imagine, like, JoJo Part 5, Diablo.
Yep.
Just imagine how he got punished, and that's how I feel like
He has
people's
to die
consciousness.
over and over again, right?
Yeah, well, not necessarily that way, but just imagine like how he felt, and that's how I feel like bad people will ultimately end up.
makes you
Kidding.
feel so powerless, so helpless.
Yeah, it just makes you feel bad. I mean, like let's just say you killed someone, right? Yeah, I guess you can experience death over and over again as your punishment, or I don't know. But like you don't necessarily live there. I mean, like I guess you wouldn't even the traditional heaven or hell. Like you don't feel punishment, right? I don't know. Like you do physically get punished, or is it just a mental thing? I don't know. I have no clue.
Right? I have to agree with her a bit. Like I was gonna bring that part up as well. Like if we have listeners that aren't familiar with JoJo Part 5,
Spoilers,
spoilers
by the way.
by the way,
No,
spoilers by the
A
way.
sorry,
little late.
a
Mhm,
little bit late.
mhm. But it's the same thing. Like what my view of hell is, you will be made to relive your sins over and over again.
Hmm.
All the things, like if you did something that you know is wrong but you didn't feel bad about, you will get to witness those scenes over and over again.
Damn, I'm like reflecting on every sin I've probably committed.
Mm.
Hmm.
Wait,
What am I gonna experience?
what hell will I suffer?
And it also links to belief in the afterlife should be a way to make you a better person in life.
I think
Mhm.
that's the one thing that people really don't like about religions. It's like there's somebody constantly watching over you as you, and they constantly judge you on every single thing that you do in life, and that determines what happens to you in death or
I
after
mean,
death.
I mean, my FBI officer probably watches me just as much as God does.
That too. Damn you, FBI
Just,
agent.
just saying, just saying. We got two gods now.
The other one is the FBI.
Yes, sir.
You can make a religion out of this.
You,
Mhm.
no,
Nowadays, like people just make religions out of anything really.
Yeah, like Cthulhu.
dude, Cthulhu, yo. I love the
Oh,
Cthulhu like story. It's so interesting.
I've never read on it, but I have heard some stuff on it.
Mr. H.P.
It's
Lovecraft.
yeah, it's just a horror. I mean, like I don't really think people actually believe it. I hope. I
The
wasn't
main
right.
I
gist,
feel like people are crazy enough to believe that.
There's a cult out there, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Bro, honestly though, the fucking like the ocean scares me. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Cthulhu was actually there.
mhm.
Huna's just afraid
Like
of
it's
Tentai.
no, I'm just saying, like the ocean is so big, like Cthulhu could very well just be down there.
Huna's just afraid
Like
of tentacles.
no, I'm just
No,
saying,
he loves
bro.
tentacles.
It's like the same thing with fucking aliens and whatever. It's like they're so big, like it could be out there. You never know
Space is
for
scary,
certain.
but it's so interesting.
Yeah, but ocean is also scary, bro. Imagine floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with nothing around you, bro. What if Cthulhu comes up and like becomes the island that you're standing on?
You know, like that one scene from I can't think of the anime right now, but like the island is actually a turtle. It's like that, but Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah.
or there's a lot of anime like that. It's just the main gist of most of H.P. Lovecraft's work too is the fear of the unknown. It preys on your dread.
It's the unknown. Oh wait, no copyright music.
Cthulhu, bro. Ah, bro. Actually, dude, Cthulhu would be such an interesting. What July 2020 be like? Cthulhu returns.
Oh god, that's gonna be like the upcoming months. It's like, welcome to
Yeah.
2020. We have shit, shit, and more shit. Also, here's Cthulhu.
Yes, sir.
What if I fish Cthulhu up tomorrow?
Bro, I don't think you can fish up that massive ass thing.
It's like that story from Norse mythology. It's like Thor accidentally fished up the Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent. It's gonna
Uh
be me tomorrow. It's like I just keep tugging on it,
huh. You're gonna see a big ass shadow in the water.
Oh God.
and I hooked it up right in its nostril.
To see that.
It's
It's
gonna
a
be
C
so
plus.
pissed off.
Bro, I swear.
Wow! I put
Have you
stuff
guys?
him in my
This has
pocket.
this has nothing to do with like anything we're talked about. But have you guys seen like the new Pokemon DLC? So in it you can like travel like on the ocean, and
Crossing
then there's a
that.
big ass Wailord in the freaking like in the over. I can just imagine freaking Caster fishing up that Wailord tomorrow.
Oh God.
Accident. A buddy of mine just fished up a sturgeon, just a few days ago.
A sturgeon?
Oh,
I don't know my
Yeah,
fish.
it's sturgeon is a caviar, bro.
like
Oh.
an actual sturgeon. Yeah,
So
they have
actual
it in
caviar,
Animal
right?
Crossing. Yeah,
Me thinking of the Animal Crossing model.
It's I just know it because like apparently that's where caviar comes from.
it is. It's the fish eggs, but
Hmm.
most of the caviar that they sell now is like from farmed sturgeon, just
Yeah,
because they're
being
uh,
hunted.
yes, that's the thing.
Ooh, who got me
People
Oh,
lack
approach?
moderation.
we have
Oh,
Hina, who is
another
currently muted.
person. Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome.
you're
welcome.
good.
Well, welcome, Hinata. Will you be joining us today?
Yeah, we're not.
Um, sure.
Well, yeah. Before we go,
Mm,
can you introduce yourself again?
Oh yeah. Hi. My name's Hinata. I'm currently obsessed with Toilet Bound Hanapukan.
no,
So
this has nothing to do with what we're
And as you
talking
can
about.
see, Hina and I, our icons are matching.
Oh my god,
yeah. If
god
I'm.
damn it.
Oh my goodness, I have chocolate all over me. I ate ice cream earlier. It was really good.
Are you okay?
I'm very tired. I told my friends that I was gonna get off of Minecraft to sleep, and then I saw you guys were going, and I was like, oh, let me join real quick.
Well, fuck it.
Welcome,
Yeah, pretty much.
welcome.
That's exactly what happened. We won a game of Bed Wars, so I'm very excited. And I made a very stupid mistake, and so I need a day to reflect on that mistake.
Is it the FedEx thing? You want to rant about FedEx on the
No,
podcast?
no. What it happened in Bed Wars in Bed Wars.
FedEx.
I was really mad, and so basically what happened was like we were winning, and it was a 3v1, and we couldn't find where the red guy was. So I went back to my base to get a bow, but like what happened was he was at the base, but he was crouching near our bridge, which was like 20 blocks high, like just full of wool for some whatever reason. And I didn't see him. And when I saw them, I got like really scared and I like let go of the keyboard basically. And like I fell in one of the holes. And I was very sad because all beds were destroyed. And yeah. So I just needed to, I need to reflect, think about what I did. I mean, we won,
But at
but
what
I
cost?
died. Exactly.
Took one for the team, man.
What were we talking about before Hina entered?
Yeah, what are y'all
Uh,
talking about? I
Sturgeons,
never
fish
got
I
the
think
eggs.
topic.
yeah,
Surgeon?
or I mean, we were talking about Cthulhu as well.
We were talking about death and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
Mm.
chocolate. Oh, alright.
So we have established so far that there's a religious view.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, a book or a preacher tells you what happens to you when you die, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a second school of thought. It's the wishful thinking, is what you wish your afterlife should be. So basically, Lucas wants his afterlife to be an isekai anime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he has his own harem of dudes. I mean,
Excuse me. All of them will be non-gender identifying.
so they're all dittos.
Yes. They're all goose, yo. They're all swine. I'm kidding. Or am I dead ass serious?
Uh,
So yeah, now that Hinata's here,
Please
we're gonna
tell us
throw
what
the
you think
ball
about
at
our
you.
craziness.
The ball is in your court. What happens when we stop living?
you're not talking to me.
Correct.
Yeah. No, we're talking
Oh,
about
um, I don't know. I'm a very logical thinker, is what I would like to say. So basically, if science proves it, then in my eyes, it's proven, and there shouldn't be debate unless something else comes up and disproves it. Um, so like I'm always keeping up with like science and what's going on in the world
mad science.
scientifically. Yeah. I like so like, we've had theories that have changed because it's just a theory, but then we also have laws and laws can change based off of, what we're learning. Like what we have now isn't the same as earlier. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but that's really like it's very hard to say. Like,
I mean, just use your imagination, yo. Because literally, I believe the same thing. I don't believe in heaven,
uh huh.
reincarnation, or anything. I
Or we're
just
just saying what we want our afterlife to be.
no. I'm not saying what you want your afterlife to be. Like
Okay.
more seriously, I would think like it's kind of a sad reality, but I think that like our consciousness, I guess, just dies out. I mean, like literally,
Mhm,
you experience nothing afterwards, and whatever you had
mhm.
is, I guess, just gone. I mean,
So,
like that's very sad, but I guess that's kind of what I believe in.
so this I've read something that talked about the afterlife a while ago, and I mean a while ago, and someone that I knew in the past had told me to read it. It's called The Egg. I'm not sure who it's by,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna give you a brief overview
did
of
we
it.
all watch it yesterday?
Yeah, I sent it
The
in the chat
egg.
yesterday.
You
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
did?
we all
They
watched
were. They
it.
talked about it
Yeah,
earlier.
Wait, hold up. Y'all watched it?
yeah,
Oh, I've read it. What?
same thing.
Oh,
It just
Somebody
talks
and
about
mentioned
never
how
it.
mind.
everybody is, you are everybody, and you're just
Yeah, I don't
reliving
know. It
your
was just
lives.
like it was very interesting to think about. Now, I don't necessarily believe that. Um, just because we know time is so long, and we also know that, well, we don't know, but it's kind of naive to think that we're the only life forms in the universe. So it's very hard to determine, you could be, you can be Lucy from down the street, or you can be,
I mean, I'm having a
Excalibur
great
from freaking.
conversation with myself right now, with me and all my other selves.
What's up, me and me's?
It's
Yeah,
me,
How y'all
myself, and
tonight?
I.
How we doing
literally.
tonight?
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I, and uh, what's another word for yo?
Mhm.
Spanish for
Just
I.
Yeah, I mean, but like that's, I don't believe in that either, but that was like really, I guess, thought
Yeah.
provoking, and it's a good message, right? I guess because
Hmm.
it's like it also, I mean, it's like the basic message of like treat people well, right? Because you don't want
Yeah.
to treat others how you wouldn't like to be treated, and in
Because
this
it could be
case,
yourself.
literally everybody is
You
you,
are
so you better
you.
treat them
You are
out
them.
well. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just really weird to think that, I could be you, or, I could be my father. It's
So
like
yesterday, after I said
I think our
incest is
joke was like,
indeed wincest.
and then we went on a tangent about supernatural, but we can
I
move on
oh
that.
wow.
Because if you think about it, I mean, is it incest if you do it with yourself?
Oh,
Isn't
I have
it?
a question. I have a question. Mally already answered, but Do y'all sit or stand?
Oh God, no, we're okay. Before you
This is
answer,
not. No.
before you answer, please answer. But where did that come from?
I don't
Okay.
know.
So, how do you
Can you
not know?
elaborate a little bit with that?
No, you have to look in chat.
When you
I
wipe
I
your
Um,
ass, do you stand or do you sit?
I sit. Why would I stand up? What the?
apparently we're inside.
Y'all wrong. The correct answer is squatting.
I mean, I guess
You know,
I
I
do
do,
that
I
like
do do that sometimes in like public
I do
bathrooms.
that little lean, because you can't really just sit. You gotta lean over a little bit to get your hand in there.
God,
It that I'm being a germaphobe though. Like I apologize if anyone is eating right now. But it gives me a lot of
I'm
distance
sorry.
from the water. So when it like splashes, I'm further away. You know what
What are
I'm
you
saying?
talking about, Caster? Hold up.
Are you talking
I'm
about
lost.
dropping a deuce and then the water back splashes on your ass?
That's
I hate
Poseidon's
that
kiss.
feeling.
Oh, it's the worst feeling.
You know what are some of the worst feelings? When you're washing your hands and your sleeve starts rolling down your
No,
fucking
you know what the
arm.
worst feeling is? Is when you're washing dishes and you touch like a very wet, moist piece of food. No, just
No,
me.
No, I
no,
get, no, I
just
get
For
you.
that.
me,
You?
I get that.
I like
Just you.
handling moist stuff.
Stop,
I
Caster, stop.
What?
I'm saying though, like some of the worst feelings. All right, you know the feeling of silverware on silverware,
Ugh.
where you're scratching. All right, so on the same lines of that, I think I've said this before, but apple peels. Oh my god, they give me the same sensation
You
oh
like
my
when I
goodness,
eating
bite
them
into
or
the
like
I
a-
touching
used to
them?
apple with
I
the with the. No, no, no. When I bite into the apple with the peel on, it gives me the same sensation as like silverware being rubbed together, scraped together. It
Ugh.
gives me goosebumps.
I used to have this one weird thing that if I couldn't put like a tissue in my mouth, like on my teeth, or I couldn't watch anybody do that same thing. So if like you lost your tooth and you put like something in your mouth, like I could not look at it because I would cry. Like it gave me the weirdest sensation. I didn't like it. It's almost like if you took a very weird stuffed animal and you just bit into it, like the ones from like Busch Garden. Oh, y'all don't know what Busch Gardens is. Never mind. But like y'all know those really like grainy almost like stuffed animals with like the little tiny beads inside of them.
Oh yeah.
They're like cotton beads. It's like taking that and just biting into that.
Now I'm
Just
curious.
imagine that. That
I'll be
is
right back.
exactly it. Uh, that is exactly how I feel. It's the weirdest thing, and like the only reason I could get over it is I literally yeah exactly.
I have a
That's
bunch
Or
of
weird,
nails,
isn't
so
it?
I just bit one of them.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is. You
Is
can hear it.
it still stands, okay? Fucking apples, peels, and my teeth just don't go together.
What about
It's so
you know
Huna?
uncomfortable.
what's
It
worse?
makes me.
Huna, I have a
Mhm.
question.
Yeah,
Have you ever tried to bite a golf ball? And if
yeah.
so,
Actually,
how did it feel?
that's
Rough.
actually what golfers do. And you bite the golf ball to see if it's a softer ball or a harder ball.
It's like with gold.
Do you
Yeah,
prefer though? Do you prefer the soft ball or the hard ball?
the soft ball goes further with more control, but the harder. Well, actually, the softer balls have more control, and the harder balls go further.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Huna's a
don't really
golf
know.
boy. Don't. This is what he is.
I
Lost
I like
boy.
Gloff.
I like
Sorry.
I like softer balls because I hit it pretty far already. Yeah,
Somebody
golf has
take that
some
clip out
weird
of
terms.
context,
Okay,
please.
and
Mm-hmm.
golf has some weird ass terms.
Albatross.
What sports has everyone played?
I
I'm not a
swim. I
sports
play
kid.
golf. I played basketball on our school team. I I used to play badminton. I like to snowboard.
Snowboard.
Yeah. What else? What else? I played soccer in elementary school, which is Nothing. Yeah, that's
Well,
about it.
you didn't mention
Caster.
swimming. Yes.
I did say swimming. I swim. I'm a swimmer until I
Swim,
quit,
swam.
which was
Mm,
like junior year.
nice. Caster, have you played any sports?
Well, back in college, I used to play a lot of chess.
My favorite
Nah.
sport.
My favorite sport.
No, seriously, like if you go to my college, there's a trophy in there with my name on it.
Really?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Proudest moment of my life.
But hey,
Yay.
no, I'm dead ass serious. Do you really think chess is a sport?
I don't know. Do you think
Absolutely.
esports is a sport?
I mean,
Bro,
like
I
Is
literally turned on
marching band a
ESPN
sport?
one day. I
marching band
literally
is not a
turned on
sport.
I turned on ESPN one day and it was literally just an Overwatch tournament and I was in awe.
It's real, boys. It's real. We live in a
Like
society
ESPN.
it's
where
on
It's now.
ESPN, which is a sports channel.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
mean, it
wow.
happens. I mean, the freaking apparently the League of Legends championship had more viewers than like the NBA finals.
I believe it. Dude, the
Like,
gamers are a force that you do not reckon with.
Mhm.
like
don't
I
fuck with
wouldn't
the
say it's
gamers, B.
not like
Yeah.
impressive. Like I wouldn't say esports is not impressive. Like esports is impressive. Okay, like that's hard to do to be good at. But I'm not. And I don't
It's
feel
hard
like
doing
it's a.
teamwork.
No, I don't feel like it's a sport.
Well,
It's
in my opinion, at least, for something to be a sport, there has to be a competition between two or more participants.
I mean, League and
sure, I
Overwatch
guess.
do have competition.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What is
I feel
the
like the
definition of sport? Like, what does Google say? Can you
let's
look it
see.
up?
Well,
And
We
I
can
just
change that
think
definition soon, lol.
sports
yeah,
is
and
like
there are
physical
sports
activity.
where you it's either the opposite team can impede you. Let's say
See,
something like basketball, right? And then there are sport that is just the goal is just to set a better record than the other guy, but they're not allowed to interfere with you in any way. Let's
Yeah,
say
like
something
swimming.
like golf,
so
swimming.
let's well swimming you can yeah I guess but you're still competing. So the Google definition of sports is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So I guess the
Okay.
main thing here is physical exertion. What do you classify as physical
Yeah,
exertion?
because
Everybody
I mean,
sweats
like,
while playing video
Like, do
games.
you have to
yeah.
like move a lot? Do you just have to move your hands around on the keyboard good enough? Do you have to
So,
like move
Like
those
thumb
chess
workouts.
pieces? That's still physical
yeah.
exertion. Like, hey, I'm moving
And
my.
you mentioned skill. I believe like making strategies is
Hmm.
skill.
Hmm.
It's the same thing. Like we keep talking about anime. You see, they're always playing shogi. They're always playing go.
Hmm.
It's a sort of a mental exercise too. That this is how
Hmm.
Yeah, of
they
course.
start building strategies, right?
But when you say skill, right, then that brings in the question. Like, I feel like swimming. I guess it's kind of a skill, right? Because I don't think anybody can just swim,
Absolutely.
right? And then but you go to like running cross country, of course there's skill like required in that as well, but it's less so than any other sport, I would say, right? Like everybody can run, but to like run good, I guess you would need skill, but you would also need like physical attributes, so, like just practice stamina stamina
Stamina.
and like other things, right? Like it has the least skill, I would say, right? But it's a sport, right? So like if you take the skill part, like if you really make the skill part important, would you say that running is not a sport?
It is like if you remember the Olympics, their motto, right? It's faster, higher, and stronger.
Hmm.
So if you can run faster than the other guy, that makes it a sport because you're
Hmm.
competing against one another.
So I guess what you're saying is like it's both skill and physical exertion, right? Like both of them makes a sport.
Correct.
Hi, Mally. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How was that new update?
What?
Or wow, the new chapter. Did you like it?
I like
No,
it.
we are not talking about fucking. No, get out of here. No.
Talk about our
How about
I
you,
thought
Mali?
it was
Did
a
you
good.
do
I thought it
any
was a
sport?
good. I thought it was good.
I don't care what you think about your fucking stupid ass
Mhm.
show. Fuck you.
Wow. I'll just leave.
No, don't
See ya.
leave.
I'll delete the YouTube channel. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
fuck,
I'm
fuck
joking.
you. All right, nah,
No
but like,
thanks.
why are we talking about this? Okay, whatever. Keep going then.
Chaos 100.
So did you participate in any sports, Mali?
Hell no. I'm
As
an indoor
drawing
kid,
a
dude.
sport.
The only team that I've ever been in is choir, and that's it.
Choir is not a team. What the-
No, okay. Well, I guess technically I did ROTC and I did drill teams. If that counts as
Nice.
anything.
Okay,
Oh, there you
bro.
go.
I
I'm a
wasn't a
part of
cool
the
kid who
choir
spun a rifle.
team.
I was a cool kid who slapped my body and made noises.
Even better, yo.
Lucas, get down and give Mali 25 right now.
All right, bet. Hold up. I'll be right back.
Drill Sergeant Mally.
Oh God, no. I was. I don't want to get into ROTC.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay, hold up. Because
Oh,
like I'm just gonna rant about this, but like if your schools had ROTC, like always, usually the kids always got like called like I'm sorry to use the R word here, but like they're always called like retards on the campus or something like that. At least in my
Ooh,
school they were.
I mean, I don't think we have that, to be honest.
I
I
took
went
it
to a
when I was
small
in
high school. We did not have those things.
military training.
It's,
Fun stuff.
you know what? It's so American to have like all these.
And I'm
It's
proud.
also super American to have like band competition. Like we have to compete
My
with
God.
everything. Like everything is a competition, yo.
America is just
Competitive
competition.
tuba playing.
Yeah, bro. Like what the fuck?
Who
Like
can
I don't.
play the
They have
drums the coolest, dude? Drumming
no
is
like
whack as hell. I'm sorry,
so like
drummers.
if you make a performance, right,
I'm
for
not.
music, I
No,
feel
do
like
not never apologize to drummers. What are you talking about, Mally?
I'm just okay. Look, like if you're in band, right, and then you perform, it's like wow, good, you played well. Let's perform, good. But why would you have to call it competition and go out and compete with other schools to see who plays for example, the drums better? Like what the fuck? Why?
Who
That's
can
not
blow
all
the
that goes
tuba
into it,
harder?
though.
Yeah, like it's what the fuck?
That's
Who can
not all
blow
that
the
goes.
trombone loudest?
That's not all that goes
I mean,
into
it's
a
not
band
all.
competition.
There's
Like
the
especially
marching,
like
right?
yeah, the marching band. Okay, so marching band and concert band, orchestra are completely different.
Yeah.
So specifically marching band, it's not about who plays the best. It's who performs the best overall show. So basically with marching band, you all have to be on the correct foot. You all have to
Oh, we
be
love
on
timing.
beat. Like yeah, like literally there's so much that goes with it. It's absolutely insane. Like I think my school spends an average, hold up, 3 going on 4 months perfecting the field show.
Okay.
Like that's a
So
lot of work.
okay, that's cool, right? You can like marching band, you have to play and march at the same rhythm and whatever, and that's like easier to quantify as good and bad, right? But let's go with concert band.
All
Okay,
right.
so how do they like compete for concert band? Do they play
For
the same song and then someone sits next to them and be like,
no.
"Hey, you played that note wrong."
Um.
One point
At
right
least for
there.
choir.
So for specifically concert band, I wasn't in orchestra, so I don't know. But for concert band, they judge you based off of they base you off of shoot your song, your music choice, which is most of the time your director's choice. So they judge you based on like, is it very popular? Is it a hard song is a easy, whatever like that. And then they go by individual sections basically. And like they judge each individual section based off of what they hear. I do not believe for okay, for some of them they get a score, which if you don't know what a score is, it's basically like the master music sheet that has everybody's parts on it, that lines up together. So everyone that's supposed to be playing like at once would be playing. But basically like throughout everything, like they judge you based off your section. So they can either have the score or not have the score, which means they either know what you're playing or don't know what you're playing. And basically, they can hear if somebody squeaks. They can hear if somebody,
Oh yeah,
this is
for
their
sure.
cue. They can hear if somebody is off beat. They can, they know pretty much everything. And they also judge the director as well, based off of their literal conducting. So there's a lot actually that goes into it other than
I
who
mean,
can
like,
make the loudest.
I know, of course. Like, I'm not saying that like playing music is bad or even like it has no skill, which is obviously not true. It's very hard. I'm just saying it's funny that we have to make it a competition. We can't just enjoy it. We gotta be like, oh yeah, I'm number one. My personal.
Which brings us back, like since we were talking about sports, how come some sports need judges while some sports don't?
Yeah, it's like how they like you can rig a one with like if you rig diving or you rig like figure skating, like that's probably easier to rig with just faulty judges. But you know,
Just
what can you do?
like judges can be biased, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna quantifiably judge? I mean, how are you gonna judge figure skating on a more numbers based? Like you can't.
I think the way that they judge figure skating is how they land certain things, like if their timing was right or anything like that.
Yeah, but they also have to judge their like, I guess, what's it called again? Their
Is it flow?
shoot, what's the name? Shoot that
Their
their
routines?
yeah their routine. Yeah, they have to judge their routine,
Hmm. So it's
and
not
then that's
just about landing their jumps. That does take into account, but they also take into account like what types of jumps you do. If you're on beat, kind of. So like if you land at like a very weird section of the song, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, whatever. But they also judge like your outfit. Like, is your outfit fitting for the song? Are you moving rapidly and wild to like a slow song? They're
Very
taking
on
into
us.
all of these account. Oh, yeah. But they're taking
yeah.
into
I
account
mean,
all of these things. It's not just the main jump, but they do want you to do the grand jumps because they really like those jumps. But you can win a competition without doing any of the big jumps.
yeah,
So I
true.
mean, it just depends.
Talking about how it's easy to rig something like that. If you just like, let's say I have two people and they do different routines, they all everything better, everything good. Like, how is it that it's not easy to judge who's better, right? I would think if they do both good, but they do like different types of tours, it's like how the judge. Now I don't know how to judge that. I would just freaking Mike said it's easy to rig, and
I I don't know. Like for me, like it's like any other thing. Like for like the judges, I think most of the judges usually have some sort of knowledge about ice skating,
Of course.
so they
I
know
mean,
you
yeah,
know how hard these jumps are. So if you're doing, like just a simple like spin versus, a jump and it's like a triple spin and then you land it like perfectly. Obviously that's harder than just being on the ice and spinning like two times and going on.
Yes.
Not saying that that's bad, like I can't do it, like good on you if you can. But like obviously, you have tiers of, hard jumps, and definitely sticking landings is very hard. And like you can practice all you want to, but it's almost like you can spin a rifle all you want to, but during competition you could drop it
Yeah, of
very
course,
easy.
it's like there's like hard and easy jumps. But going back to what we're saying, it's easy to rig. Like I've literally seen like figure skating competitions where like the second place is like it's super controversial because they're like, oh look, this is super hard and they lost, and then whatever the other person won because it's all kind of subjective at the end, you know. It's unlike
I mean,
running.
isn't everything
If you
subjective?
How is running subjective? Okay, if you run 100 meters, the first person who gets to the line, that's not subjective. That is just facts. That man got there first. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I can kind of relate that to music competitions where it isn't really kind. Okay, well, it's kind of biased, but like going back to what
It's
Hina said
always
about,
gonna be kind of subjective at the end,
but
at
like when
least
it
a
comes
little bit.
to like when it comes to like choir stuff. Well, I was a choir kid, obviously, and when somebody's looking at the score, they don't. The one time that I went to competition before the world shut down, um, they judged it off the score and how we did, like say crescendos and decrescendos, and if we were on time and stuff like that. They didn't really judge. They they judged on all like the markings and stuff like that, not really how like they're more logical with their critiques rather than like can't think of the word right now, but you I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like at the end of it, if you compare sports, like if you compare something like freaking swimming, running, freaking even golf, because like it's just literally counting strokes. It's like it's if you have a number to qualify it, it's always going to be less biased in anyhow. Like even in basketball, you have referees who can be biased. Like and then that's it. Just goes from like less biased to more and more and more biased until you have like actual judges that determine everything.
Yeah, now that you mentioned basketball, like after every game, like once let's look at the NBA. Once the playoffs start, every time somebody else wins, people are always gonna complain that the referees were making bad calls.
So it's just like I of course not everything is hopefully fair, but like it's pretty easy to tell that like
Corruption.
running is not gonna be biased and like freaking figure skating could very easily well be biased. I'm not saying it is, but like it's easier to be biased. Fucking faking the time of a fucking 100-meter dash. You
And
know,
like even if
Usain
it's
Bolt wins the 100-meter dash by however seconds. He won the event. You can't tell me otherwise that he lost.
which is the same thing, like even if there was no bias, people will still make up stuff. Let's say there was a skating competition and like this lady from Russia won, and two of the three judges are Russian. People are gonna complain, oh, probably it's they're
Because of the
favoring her.
same race.
Exactly. So it's always gonna be controversial with those kind of sports that if even if there's no indirect interference from the other team, people can still say if a person decides who wins or who loses other than actual scores or results with physical objects, let's say like in golf, like Lucas said, it's counting stroke. Everyone can see it. They can't complain if somebody wins or loses.
Hmm.
Unlike, let's say, in basketball, every time somebody gets fouled, people are gonna whine about it. Same thing with
Yeah.
boxing. If you guys remember the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, that
I mean,
was
I'm
so
just.
controversial. Holy smokes!
The
Who did you
Filipino's cackle.
I mean, I know you guys are Filipino, but like, did you think Manny Pacquiao should have won?
he threw more punches.
Yeah.
Here goes Caster yelling about Pacquiao
Well, I
fight.
mean, apparently Floyd Mayweather had more knockdowns, so I mean, I guess knockdowns would count more. Which I mean, it was a hug fest, so like they were literally hugging each other the entire time.
And that's what makes modern boxing so boring. It's all about the points. Like compare it to explosive fighters like Mike Tyson back in the day.
All right.
They're not gonna stop until somebody gets knocked out.
Yeah, that's like the thing with boxing
It's
now.
the
It's like
spectacle of it. It's better for the boxers that they're not punching each other's brains out.
that they're not dying on in the ring.
Yes,
At least they're not
and
dead.
Yeah.
it's more of a competition now than a death match, so to say.
Yeah.
But people don't want to see that. No, they want to watch something like UFC nowadays, where it's just even like
Even the
UFC has
UFC,
changed
yeah.
so much, right?
Yeah, they don't
It,
allow like UFC fights. Like they call it off pretty early, bro. Like if the guy goes down and he looks a little wobbly or a little woozy, like the refs are calling it off. Like that's a knock. That's a knockout.
ding 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 ding. That's it, right? Wave their
Yeah.
hands in the air.
He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Indeed, he is. All right. So I think this will wrap up this episode of the podcast. We kind of ended on a funny note. I don't know, interesting note.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ended
So
on a sports
we'll
note.
see you in the ring.
yeah. If you guys have any issues with us, we'll see you in the ring as well.
Meet me at 9 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got any last second comments? Anything before we wrap up? Any goodbyes?
Watch or read.
Nope. Nope.
Cool
Nope.
It
Nope.
Down, How to
Nope.
One.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You
Nope.
won't
Nope.
regret
Nope.
it. It's so
No.
good. You
Nope.
can either
Nope.
watch
Nope.
it or you
Nope.
can read
Nope.
it.
Nope. Nope.
The manga's
Nope.
really good and the
Nope.
anime. The art style is the best art
God.
style I've ever seen in my life.
We're
I'm
wrapping it up. Wrapping
I'm
it
about
up.
to get a I'm about to
Time.
get a
So
Time.
baby.
basically,
I'm gonna make earrings. I'm obsessed.
Hina
Please
is now
watch.
just promoting themselves.
Yeah.
mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
My
That
parting
concludes.
words are
Link in the
Animal
description
Crossing is
below.
basically heaven.
Depop. I don't know.
So when you die, you get flown off to a deserted island, and that's where you live off the rest of your days.
And then apparently you thirst over a dodo bird for God's sake.
Dude,
That's true.
that is a conspiracy on its own, yo.
Wilbur in a
That
police outfit.
no, I'm
Chess
just
is
saying
a
that,
legit sport.
Well,
Fight me.
dude.
I'm
Hey,
simping over a ghost, so I mean it's
hey,
fair.
I'm saying like that is hey, Animal Crossing Island can very well indeed be heaven. The dodo birds that went extinct, they are there. That is a
Can we end
conspiracy
it?
on
Can we just cut
itself.
it here?
Yeah. Okay, this is episode 4.
Right
Yeah,
when Huna's talking, just cut it.
shut the fuck
Anyway,
up.
watch Tulip Bound, Hanako-gan.
Uh,
End it.